If you guys haven't been living under a rock recently, Cyberpunk 2077 has been a hot topic in the gaming community recently. Its initial release date, set now to be December 10th, has a huge fan following behind it already. But in this video, I myself will be giving an opinion on pretty much playing devil's advocate in terms of why I am so scared that Cyberpunk will flop. Before we get started, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on the video. It really helps me push out future project videos such as this one. So, as I said before, this game, Cyberpunk, basically, a lot of people have been looking forward for it, and I am actually one of those people. And coming from a developer such as CD Projekt Red, who created basically The Witcher 3, I love playing that game. Pretty much the whole Witcher series, right? The whole franchise was essentially developed by them. So I'm expecting a lot of good things to come out of Cyberpunk 2077, as it is a very hyped up game. However, I do have some concerns about the game itself. Mainly, these are just, my opinion. I'm just airing these concerns, throwing them at you guys, and tell me just what you guys think in the comment. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is, I'm just so afraid that this game is not going to live up to its expectation, right? We have this problem in the gaming community that literally a game gets marketed to us, everyone gets so excited before the release, we pre-order it, and only after a bunch of people buying it, the game itself, it turns out to be horrible. It turns out to be underdeveloped. It turns out to be, an unpolished piece of product. And we can actually see this many times repeating throughout the history of gaming itself. Let's take the famous No Man's Sky, for example. Now, that was just a great marketing campaign on what they had. But essentially what they did was, the company itself, they straight up lied to the players. They promised over hundreds and hundreds of things, right? And those hundreds were never really developed and released when the game came out. This obviously led to a huge backlash, and the community itself hated the game for it. It was a huge heated topic of discussion, and that's pretty much why I'm really nervous about Cyberpunk 2077 and the state that it's in. So if you guys didn't know, the game itself is actually due to come out in April of 2020. Obviously some people were convinced this would never happen, and obviously it was correct. Come January, the release date was extended until September, then by June it was bumped to November, and in October, surprise, it was bumped to December 10th. This is the current date that they have set. So with exactly 2 weeks until the December 10th release, it would be pretty bold to pretty much tell investors that the game's not coming out anytime soon. That being said, it's probably in the process of already packaging and getting pre-shipped out. There are even stories of pre-patched copies being leaked out into the world as we speak. But as we know, the real question remains that, will all of the problems that the game have in terms of optimization and bugs and all that nonsense, will it be fixed within with a quick patch after the launch? 2020, guys, has been a really terrible year, and I just don't want Cyberpunk to be that cherry on top of the big FU, that 2020 will probably give us. If we look at Bethesda in 2019 with their E3 conference, that route that they took with Fallout 76 was a huge disaster. I just don't want something like this to happen to CD Projekt Red. But yeah, to summarize the whole video up, I just really want this game to succeed. Us gamers, we do need some kind of breath of relief after experiencing the crappiness of Cold War during a launch. I can go on about that topic, but I really don't want to. And a whole myriad of other things. We're all ready to be done with this quarantine. And I know the joke of gamers staying indoors all the time, but me personally, I don't know about you guys, I'm so ready to step outside and finally breathe the fresh air without, catching something. All that being said, let me hear you guys' thoughts in the comment on what you guys think about this matter. Do you think Cyberpunk 2077 is overhyped, or do you think it's gonna live up to its expectation? Alright, signing out, guys. Peace.
Oh, nice. Not even that. Easy.